So Mark, could you tell us about the casting that you mentioned back at the ceremony for your drama that's coming up this year?
Yes, Adventure in Space and Time will star Jessica Raine as Verity Lambert, Brian Cox, not Professor Brian Cox, Sacha Darwin will be playing Waris Hussein, and David Bradley, the great David Bradley, will be playing William Hartnell.
And that sounds like dream casting then. Was that what you had?
I've had David in my head for years. I've really honestly been trying to do this. I tried to do it for the 40th anniversary. And before that, really, it's taken about 12 years from beginning to... We haven't finished yet. We haven't started. But it's a real labour of love for me. And I'm just actually really thrilled that everything has come together for the 50th. It just seems exactly the right time. And wonderful cast. And it's a very lovely story. There's lots of great Doctor Who detail. It's a new story to a lot of people. I mean, Doctor Who fans obviously know it intimately, but there's a lot of strange things about the show as it nearly was. You know, the show that we know now, and how different the Doctor was at the beginning, much more of an anti-hero, and also, but it's mostly the personal journey of William Hartnell and his relationship with Verity Lambert, and how eventually he had to leave, and essentially that none of us like to find that we are replaceable.
And so it's going to trace through all his years as the Doctor, leading up to his regeneration.
The stress is on the creation of the show, but it does actually cover the whole 3 years, yeah.
And could you tell us a little bit about where you're currently at with Sherlock, and how preparations are going for that for Series 3?
We start shooting in March. The sets are going up, and it's very exciting. Yes, can't wait to finally tell everyone how he did it.
If you could have told the 11-year-old you that this would be your career, you know, in your adult life, would you have believed it at the time?
First of all, I think, Jesus, time travel's possible, which might have been the most exciting part of the conversation. No, I've constantly pinched myself. It's amazing. Steve and I often say that there was a time when the TARDIS and Baker Street were next to each other on the sets in Cardiff, and we used to say it was like a Venn diagram of our childhood brains, which is true. Yeah, it's amazing.
But is it nice to kind of have things that you're kind of just a fan of rather than kind of?
Of course. Yeah, God, yes. And there's so much wonderful stuff. I mean, actually, I got into the Danish killing through my dad, who got into it because he's so profoundly deaf now. He only likes things with subtitles. He'd never have watched anything foreign until he lost his hearing. Now he loves it. You know, so no, you know, it would just have been too difficult for him. But he loves all that stuff. So there's so much great stuff out there, and also I love those sort of under-the-counter sleepers, like the Great British Bake Off. I can't cook to save my life, but I found that program just fascinating. And I don't just mean in a sort of Sunday, I can switch off way. It's really great. It's great. The presenters are great. The people are great. There's something at stake. It's actually you learn stuff. It's wonderful. And then looking at David Attenborough and Brian Cox tonight, and you think so much of British broadcasting is still in amazingly rude health.